This is a foot of a mare on the farm who is overdue because I don't trim her as frequently as I should. The black lines are an idea that came from Paige to help us when, I train a lot of people that are coming here to learn how to trim their own horse. And when they first start, they just start trimming the foot randomly just to trim, and they don't really have a goal in mind because they're just learning. And as they work through the 11 horses I have on the property, they get better. But Paige came up with the idea of drawing these lines and telling people to get each section done before you move on to the next, and you'll find that you have a really balanced foot. I'm going to trim this foot from the top. I'm not going to touch the bottom at all. And hopefully I can get this on camera enough so that you can see what it looks like. So I usually go where my eye is drawn first, and right here I see the two front sections of the hoof are the most in need of work, I think. It'll be, if I can get these balanced the way I want, then the rest of the foot will follow easily. When I trim from 12 o'clock back to 7 o'clock, I stand on the outside of the foot. I use the whole rasp, and I come up, I don't know, about a quarter way up to the bottom of the foot. I've got the foot, I'm going to stretch the stand out just a little bit. Hopefully you can still see. And I go until I get into, because this foot's a little more flare than I like, the inner hoof wall starting to come off and what I like to call spaghetti or Parmesan cheese. That's an indication that you're getting into where you need to stop. And you can also see right here, I'm starting to hit the inside of the white line. The outside of the white line, sorry. So I use my fine side of the rasp to smooth it. And then I'll move to the next section. Again, I'm using the fine side of the rasp to smooth it out. Come back to the next section. Let's see if you can see. I'm going to have to move the camera. This is kind of sloppy. I apologize. And I go all the way back to the heel. And that's very important if you're trimming from the top only. Smooth it out. And I'm not smoothing it out by going underneath, but I am going all the way back. And if I need to, I'll give the heel just a little bit of a swipe. And then I smooth it all the way around. Now, I'm going to switch my body. I'm going to work on this section. Again, start in a section that needs to be working. And I'm going mostly straight, hang on, what's this? Straight up and down at first. And I'm also holding my leg against her foot, which gives me a chance to stop her from pulling her foot back. And it stabilizes the hoof. There is some chatter when you're working on these feet. It must feel a little funny. Come around to the side. Oops, sorry. Go all the way back. I've actually drawn a marker where the periople is and where I want the heels to end up as well. I don't know if you can see that. Foot down, I'll turn off the camera and film what the bottom looks like. I kind of trimmed this when I had the foot up on the stand. I'm going to fix that up just a little bit. You can see I've left a sharp edge around the hoof wall. She'll wear that down in the next day or two on her own will, and she'll be fine. There is a little bit of bar material here that I am going to neaten up. Like I said, I haven't trimmed her in a long time, and then I'll just smooth the heel back. That. And I am going to smooth this heel back a little bit too, just to engage the frog more. Careful not to hold my rasp flat, otherwise I would rasp the toe callus here. Now I haven't trimmed her. I've been a bad healthcare provider, and I haven't trimmed her in about 3 months. So that's why I've had to do something on the bottom. If I were to trim her again when she needs it in about 4 weeks, I wouldn't have to do any work down here. But it's not going to kill her if I do this. And that's it. I've got the frog engaged. She's a very crooked horse. She doesn't have a great balance, so I do see that reflected in her feet. You can see the ground level. I have zoomed in for you. And compared to the other foot that I haven't trimmed yet. Much nicer.